I mean, I was just talking to him earlier about you take a team this year that lost so much, one of the more inexperienced teams in the country, and they still look as if they're going to be a contender in the Big 12. That speaks volumes to the type of, not the type of team that Mike can build, but the type of program that he has built. I think he's innovative, he's smart, he's self-aware. Just little things like a few years ago when he stopped calling plays for the betterment of the entire program and the team. He was a good offensive coordinator, a really good one, but he understood that to build the program and to take the next step as a program, he needed to give that part of it up, which most coaches, I think, would tell you is the fun part for them. So I think that I think he's a tremendous leader. Obviously, he loves it here, and he has been a big part, along obviously with Mr. Pickens and all of the benefactors in building facilities which are as nice as any you'll see, and it's made it a very attractive place to play college football. And I think he's one of the top coaches in the country. Oh, there's no question. It's a different deal. The brand is now known. I don't know exactly what year, but maybe you go back 15, 20 years, something like that, and Oklahoma State was known for occasionally having a superstar player come through, you know, whether it's Barry Sanders or Thurman Thomas or Hartley Dykes or whoever it might have been, they would have a great player come through. And now I think they're recognized as a perennial contender. When they played Florida State this year, everybody understood that it was a rebuilding year for Oklahoma State, but nobody necessarily looked at that and said, well, that's a ridiculous matchup. Why would you match that game on a neutral field? Oklahoma State's a brand name now, and they've pushed their way, I think, into the upper echelon of college football. Mike's built this program to sustain for the long haul and to be highly competitive in the Big 12 and on a national scale more years than not. They've had some terrific players, and they've adapted to a lot of different styles. You know, whether a little bit different style when Brandon Weeden was quarterbacking the team as opposed to the guys who've done it the last few years who ran the ball a little bit better. So, I think the offensive innovation has made Oklahoma State one of the, I guess for lack of a better way to put it, one of the cutting edge, fast tempo, a lot of different uniforms, I guess almost like an Oregon of the Midwest, an Oregon of America's heartland, and they've sort of found a nice niche in that regard, I think. If you're going to continue to compete with the traditional programs in the Big 12, the Oklahomas, the Texas, you have to be able to match what they have from a facility standpoint. It's part of recruiting. And it's great to have good coaches. It's better to have great players. I had a coaching friend of mine. He said, you show me a great coach with lousy players, and I'll show you a coach who's getting his butt kicked. And, so you have to have players, and you have to be able to attract them. And the way that it functions right now in college football is you have to have at least representative facilities. And I think what Oklahoma State has been able to do is make some that are as fine as any you'll see. I enjoy going down on the field before games in stadiums like this one, and to bring up Oregon against Autzen Stadium, the ones that are a little bit more intimate, feel a little more closed in, to use a basketball analogy, maybe a little bit like a Cameron Indoor or something like that. There aren't 100,000 people in the seats, but the ones that are there are right there. So I think it gives you a really unique atmosphere in which to play.